Welcome back to the English Fluency Podcast. Today's lesson is special. It's not just about speaking English, it's about thinking in English. Because if you can learn to think directly in English, your fluency will grow faster than you ever imagined.
Yes, and we know the biggest problem. Whenever someone tries to speak English, the brain automatically starts translating from their native language, word by word, sentence by sentence, and that slows everything down. It also creates fear, confusion, and hesitation.
So, today, we're going to help you break that habit. Not by force, not by pressure, but by building a new system inside your brain.
Let's start with a story. When I first learned Spanish, I translated every single sentence in my head. If someone asked me, "How are you?" I would first think about that question in English, then translate into Spanish, then say it. By the time I answered, the conversation had already moved on.
Exactly. And that's what happens to millions of learners. Translation becomes a wall, a heavy wall. It slows your brain like a computer full of viruses.
The truth is, your brain cannot translate and speak fluently at the same time. Translation is like trying to run with your shoelaces tied together.
So, today we're going to slowly untie those laces. The first key to thinking in English is this. Stop trying to build perfect sentences in your head.
Yes, perfection is the enemy of fluency. When native speakers talk, they don't think of perfect grammar. They think in ideas, in images, in feelings, and then they let the words flow.
So, instead of thinking, I am going to the market because I need to buy vegetables,
let your brain think simply, market, buy vegetables.
And your mouth will naturally form the sentence after a moment of comfort. Let me share my story. When I was younger, my English teacher gave us one powerful rule. Think in small blocks. Instead of thinking long lines, think in tiny pieces. Like this. Morning. I wake up. I make tea. I start my day. He didn't let us translate. He didn't allow long, complicated sentences. He said, if your brain can think small, it can speak big.
And that's true. The biggest mistake learners make is trying to think in English like they think in their native language. But English works differently. The rhythm is different. The flow is different. All fluent speakers use something called thought blocks. Let me show you. Here's a complete thought block. I'm hungry. You don't need to translate it. Your brain understands it instantly. Here's another. It's raining. I don't know.
These thought blocks are the building bricks of English. If you can fill your brain with thousands of these small blocks, you will automatically think in English without trying.
And the good news? You already know many of these blocks. We're just going to help you connect them.
Let's do a simple exercise. If you're listening, don't translate anything. Just feel the meaning.
Ready?
I'm tired.
I want coffee.
This room is cold.
I need a break.
Notice what we're doing? Short, natural thoughts. No grammar stress, no long structures.
And these thought blocks enter your brain directly in English. That's how children learn. That's how native speakers develop fluency. And that's how you will learn.
One powerful way to think in English is to attach English words to emotions. For example, when you feel hungry, let your brain say, I'm hungry. When you feel worried, let your brain say, I feel nervous. When you feel happy, let your brain say, I feel great.
When your emotions speak English, you have truly begun thinking in English.
And remember, this is not about speed. It's about connection. emotional connection, feeling the language.
A common mistake is you hear English, you translate, you understand, you respond. This takes too long.
Our goal is you hear English, you understand, you respond.
No translation step in the middle.
Like when someone says, "Good morning," you don't think about it in your language, you just understand it instantly.
This is what we want to create for all English phrases.
Here's a daily routine that will change your English forever. 5-minute thinking practice. Look around your room. Name objects in English. Describe your actions in English. Describe how you feel. Use tiny sentences like, "I'm sitting. My phone is here. The window is open. I feel comfortable."
These small habits create new pathways in your brain. Automatic English pathways.
Right now, as you're listening, your brain is actually changing. New circuits are forming. Your understanding is expanding. You're learning to trust English.
This is the beginning of fluency. And remember, fluency is not fast speaking. Fluency is clear thinking.
In the next part, we're going deeper. We'll talk about how to create English environments inside your brain, how to train your mind to think naturally in English even when you're alone, and how to stop depending on subtitles and translation apps.
Yes. And we'll also reveal the two biggest fluency blockers that most learners don't know about, and how to break them permanently.
So breathe, relax, and let your brain settle into English.
Because we're just getting started.
All right, now that your mind is warm, open, and relaxed, let's go deeper. You've learned the foundation: short thought blocks, emotional connections, and simple English thinking. Now we'll build something stronger, an English environment inside your mind.
Yes. Because thinking in English isn't only about speaking. It's about living in English. Even when you're sitting alone, walking, cooking, cleaning, or just staring at the sky. Your brain can learn English during those silent moments too.
Let me tell you a secret. Fluent people don't think in English only when they speak. They think in English all day, quietly, internally. When they look outside, their brain says, "The weather is cloudy." When they feel tired, their brain says, "I need rest." When they plan something, their brain says, "I'll do it later."
These small thoughts are invisible. Nobody hears them. But these tiny silent thoughts are the real fuel for fluency.
Thinking in English doesn't start with speaking. Speaking is the result. Thinking is the engine.
Here's a powerful method. It's called mental simulation. This means you imagine conversations in your mind without translating, just like watching a movie where you are the main character.
For example, imagine you're at a cafe. You order coffee, you ask for sugar, you thank the waiter. Your mind creates the scene. Your English thoughts activate. No translation needed. And the best part? Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real conversation and an imagined one. Both create fluency.
When I learned Italian, mental simulation changed everything. I would imagine I was in Rome, hungry, talking to a waiter. "I'd like pasta. Can you recommend something? That looks delicious." I wasn't really there, but the scenes were clear, colorful, alive. And after a few weeks, something magical happened. I started thinking in Italian without even trying.
Because the mind loves stories. And when the story is in English, your thinking becomes English. Your inner voice, the voice that talks inside your head, can learn English just like your speaking voice. But you must train it gently. Here's how. Keep thoughts short. Keep thoughts Simple. Speak in your mind slowly. Use common, everyday phrases. Repeat naturally, not forcefully. Examples. I'm walking. I feel good today. I'm thinking about my future. This is interesting.
The goal is not to sound smart. The goal is to sound natural. One mistake learners make is trying to erase their native language. Don't do that. Your native language is beautiful. It's part of your identity.
Yes, you don't need to remove it. You just need to add English beside it. Think of your brain like a house. You're not destroying a room, you're building a new one.
And with daily habits, that English room becomes brighter, bigger, more comfortable.
Let's practice right now. Don't translate. Just let the meaning enter your mind naturally.
Ready?
I'm opening the door. I'm drinking water. I like this moment. I can do this. I'm learning slowly.
These thoughts strengthen your inner English voice. And the more you practice, the more automatic it becomes.
Many learners struggle because they overthink. They try too hard. They force their brain. But thinking in English is not about pressure. It's about ease, softness, calmness.
Your brain learns best when it feels safe, when it feels relaxed. Imagine speaking English like breathing, not like solving a math problem. Let's talk about input. Input is everything you hear, watch, or read. If you always watch English with subtitles, your brain becomes lazy. It waits for translation. It never learns to trust English.
So, here's a simple rule. Spend at least 5 minutes every day listening to English without subtitles. Yes, you will not understand everything, but your brain will start recognizing rhythm, tone, patterns, sounds. This is how children learn.
I want to share something personal. When I started thinking in English, it didn't happen suddenly. It happened in moments. Small, quiet moments. Like when I was walking alone, or waiting for a bus, or washing dishes, or lying down to sleep. My mind whispered simple English thoughts. I'm tired. It's beautiful. I want rest. I'm listening. These whispers, they changed my fluency more than any book or class.
Thinking in English is not loud. It's gentle, soft, natural.
In the next part, we're going to focus on something powerful. How to break the last stage of translation. How to build English thinking in real conversations. How to stay calm when speaking. And how to make English feel like a home, not a school subject.
Yes, and we'll give you practical tools and emotional strategies to keep your mind strong, even when you make mistakes.
So take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. And let the language settle inside you.
The journey isn't over. You're about to reach the transformation phase. Take a moment. Let your mind settle. You've learned how to create English thoughts, how to use small blocks, how to build inner English, how to reduce translation, how to relax the brain. And now it's time for the final step.
Yes, this step is about transformation. It's about becoming someone who doesn't study English, but lives English, who doesn't translate, but thinks naturally, who doesn't wait for confidence, but creates it.
The last layer of translation happens during real conversations. When someone speaks English to you, your brain sometimes panics. It wants to run back to your native language for safety.
But here's the truth. You don't need perfect understanding. You don't need every word. You don't need 100% clarity. You only need the message.
Yes, listen to the message, not the words. Because language is not just vocabulary. It's tone, it's feeling, it's intention.
Here's a powerful technique. When someone speaks English to you, give your brain 2 seconds before responding. Not to translate, but to breathe. To let the meaning settle directly into English.
For example, someone says, "How was your day?" Your mind wants to translate. Stop it. Give it 2 seconds. Let your mind feel the question. Let it sink. Then answer, "It was good. It was busy. I'm tired. I feel great today." Simple, natural, direct.
Thinking in English requires emotional courage. The courage to speak even when the sentence isn't perfect. The courage to trust your thoughts. The courage to be understood even if you make mistakes.
Remember, people don't connect with perfect grammar. They connect with real feelings. When you speak English from your heart, people feel it. People understand you.
And your brain learns faster when you speak with emotion. Emotion creates memory. Emotion creates fluency.
Let's do a mind exercise. Don't translate. Just feel the English. Ready? I woke up early today. I feel calm. I'm learning slowly. I'm getting better. I trust myself. I can think in English.
Feel how these small sentences enter your mind smoothly, naturally, without translating. This is your new language identity forming.
Micro-thoughts are tiny English ideas that come quickly, like too hot, almost done. This is easy. Not now. Maybe later. These are the secret keys. Why? Because native speakers think in micro-thoughts too.
If you master micro-thoughts, your translation habit will disappear. Your brain will begin thinking spontaneously, instantly, naturally.
Here's another powerful method, the silent English technique. It means you speak English quietly in your mind, not out loud, when doing everyday tasks. When brushing your teeth, I'm brushing. When cooking, I'm cutting vegetables. This smells good. When walking, I'm going straight. I see the road. The weather is warm.
These moments are short, but they create strong English pathways. Silent English is one of the fastest ways to think in English.
Fear is the #1 killer of fluency. Fear makes you translate. Fear makes you freeze. Fear destroys natural thinking. But guess what? You don't need to remove fear first. You just need to speak with fear. Speak anyway. Think anyway.
Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is thinking in English while fear watches. And when you keep going, fear becomes smaller and smaller until it disappears.
Your brain must shift from, I hope I don't make mistakes, to, it's okay. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm improving.
Because mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teachers, your reminders, your signals of progress. People who don't make mistakes don't learn.
Let me share something deeply personal. When I was learning Portuguese, I had a moment that changed everything. I was in a store in Brazil. I needed help. A man asked me a simple question. What are you looking for? But my brain froze. I panicked. My mind started translating everything. And then I remembered something my mentor said. Trust your ideas more than your words. So instead of translating, instead of thinking too much, I took a breath and I said, I need something for cleaning. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't advanced, but it was enough. He understood me. He helped me.
That's it. That's fluency. Not perfection, connection. Now, take a slow breath, because this is the moment. The moment you understand that thinking in English is not magic. It's practice. It's patience. It's exposure. It's emotional courage. It's daily, small habits.
And you're ready. You've built the mindset. You've grown the inner voice. You've removed the pressure. You've learned to trust English.
From today, your thoughts will begin shifting. You'll catch yourself thinking small phrases in English. You'll hear English inside your mind without translating.
And every time it happens, smile. Because that moment is proof that you are transforming.
Remember, thinking in English isn't a destination. It's a journey. A beautiful journey where you get closer to fluency every single day.
You are not alone in this journey. We are with you, step by step, breath by breath, thought by thought.
Keep going. Keep listening. Keep thinking. Keep growing.
And soon, English will not be something you learn. It will become something you live.
Thank you for being here with us. Your mind is changing. Your English is growing. And your fluency is becoming real.
This is your new beginning. Welcome to the world where English is part of your thoughts, your feelings, your life.